Congratulations.
What a Monday night crowd you guys
Oh,
were.
thank you so much. You were fantastic. Thank you.
Okay, whose is that one?
Thank you so much. You're amazing.
Thank you so much. That's really kind.
Hey, hey, it's your broads. We're calling our squad who loves Broadway, the Broadway Broad Squad. We hella love musicals and we review them all day. It's Jen and Sarah, your fairy god broads. Hey!
Places!
Hi, I'm Jen.
And I'm Sarah.
And we're the
Broadway Broads.
Welcome to the
Broadway Broad Squad!
Oh, y'all, we are live here in New York City, ready for our 2024 Broadway Binge.
Yes, and this is your binge recap.
Yes, it is.
So we saw 7 shows in 5 days.
Woo! So make sure, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, click the bell notification so that you know when we do our videos. And if you wouldn't mind, give us a like while you're down there. It's free, doesn't hurt, and your finger it won't hurt your finger.
Yeah,
so
we'd appreciate it.
We would, thanks.
All right, so here are the shows we saw in the order that we saw them.
But first, really quick, if you want our seats, you will go back to our other video. Remember, we're doing a little bit of different content creation here, so we're trying to, switch stuff up, and we appreciate if you do want to see the videos of where, or the seats of where we're sat, you'll go and watch those videos.
All right, so here are the shows in order that we saw them.
Yep.
The Outsiders, Hell's Kitchen, Water for Elephants, Spamalot, The Notebook, Book of Mormon, and Cavairs.
Now, Book of Mormon, we will tell you where we sat because we didn't know at the time that we were going to see that show. So, yeah. All right. Okay, squad. So we aren't covering our merch in this video, but if you are interested in seeing what kind of fun little souvenirs that we get, go ahead and comment below and let us know if that's something you're interested in.
All right, so let's dive in.
Okay, so our very first show, we saw The Outsiders, and this was playing at the Bernard B. Jacobs Theater. And this show takes place in 1967 in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Based on the novel by S.E. Hinton.
Yes. Now, this was not a Quest for 41.
No.
We've already seen a show here, so yeah.
So this actually was our anchor show for this trip.
It really was.
Real quick, so I actually brought the family to New York for spring break, and Jen joined us on Thursday, and that's when we saw The Outsiders.
Yeah, the family tapped out, I tapped in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so as a family, we saw Back to the Future and also saw Lion King, which was very special because then I got to check that off my quest for 41.
Yeah.
And so now both Jen and I have seen a show at the Minskoff.
Yeah,
So
I
that
saw
was special.
Saturday Night Fever years ago, and so I'm very happy that you got to check that off, and with your family too.
Yeah,
really cool.
Yeah, so my kid Mad is super obsessed with The Outsiders. I mean, they read it in the 8th grade and then been obsessed with the movie, and so we've had a lot of fun with that. And so when the show was announced, it was like, we're going.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like we literally, that was the reason why we picked this timing to see the show.
Yeah. So
okay.
Quick thoughts on the show, okay? And we're gonna, again, different kind of content, but we want to touch on every show and give you guys a little bit of thoughts.
So these seats, we did give you different seat numbers, but I was able to do a little bit of a switcheroo for Mad because I really wanted to get Mad in the front row and was able to do that. There they call it the grit pit, and y'all, they're not lying. At one point I had my mouth open like, oh my gosh, and got a bunch of grit in my mouth and was like spitting out grit. So if you're not into that, don't sit down there.
Yeah, it's days later and I'm still finding grit in my purse.
Yeah.
So, because it was on the floor with it and it was open. So, that was an experience.
Yes, but the show, oh Lord.
It's a beautiful show.
It is an absolutely beautiful show. Fan of the book, fan of the movie. I think S.E. Sutton would be very, very happy. I think the choreography was freaking fantastic, like Tony Award winning choreography.
Yes, yeah, agreed.
The fight scenes would rival any other fight scenes. Loved that. What about you?
Well, I loved the choreography, and I also loved the music.
Me too.
It honestly is one of the stronger shows of the binge for me as far as the score is
I
concerned.
can't get the songs out of my head and cannot wait for an OBC.
Yeah.
And that grassroots feel, that like, you know, just the twang and the drawl, and just it was
great.
beautiful.
The music was very, very strong,
Absolutely
along with
beautiful.
many other aspects of the show. And also, we have to mention, this was like Broadway debut galore.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, talk about stage door feeling like the Beatles or the Backstreet Boys
God.
or, you know, the K-pop. I mean, it's like these boys have no idea.
I wish I had earplugs. Like, it was like...
Deafening.
Yeah. We have some footage of
Yes.
that. Check out our different content venues, but it was
And if
incredible.
you're interested in the show, we are going to be at the end of the show, end of our review, giving away a signed playbill to one of our squad members. So again, make sure you're subscribed.
Okay, and so we always have to ask this question basically for every show that we
Yes,
go to.
we do.
So Jen, would you repeat a 10 Outsiders?
Yes, I would. What about you, Sarah?
Absolutely. Yes.
Next up was Hell's Kitchen, playing at the Schubert Theater. This is loosely based off of Alicia Keys, the life of Alicia Keys. And this was not a Quest for 41. We've been to several shows at the Schubert.
Yes. All right, so some quick thoughts on this show. Shoshana Bean.
That's all you have to say for me. That's what brought me in.
Yeah.
And then you add on top of it Brendan Victor Dixon, the new breakout star. Let me get her name correct. It is Malia Joy Moon. We've also had the pleasure of seeing Chris Lee before, as well as the lovely goddess.
Yes.
Which is Cecilia Lewis, who plays Miss Liza Jane.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, the music, strong. I mean, it was really a fun show.
Yeah, it really was. I remember the first song when the bass dropped, I felt it all the way to my core, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. They meant it.
Whoa.
They meant it with that bass.
They absolutely meant it. I felt it. The chemistry between Shoshana and Brendan and Malia and Chris. Fire.
Yeah.
Fire. The cast, this choreography, Camille Brown, the choreography was freaking stellar.
Yeah. I mean, this is a jukebox musical. These are all songs of Alicia Keys. I am a fan of Alicia Keys, so it was very easy for me to enjoy this show.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of Alicia Keys, like, go.
Well, and the costumes, everything, like that, it reminded me of like our generation.
Yeah,
right?
like we were like in our 20s when that era was, you know, and so
Fugu. Like, I just love all of that.
Yeah,
Loved it.
absolutely, 100%.
Okay, so
Okay, question on Hell's Kitchen. Would you repeat attend?
I absolutely would. What about you?
I said no. I mean, I did enjoy myself. I think it's a great show, and if you are an Alicia Keys fan, go.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't need to see it again. I saw it on Broadway, and I'm good.
Oh yeah, I'd see it again. All right. Next up, Water for Elephants. This is a book that's turned movie, which now has turned Broadway musical. The book was written by Sarah Gruen, and this is not a Quest for 41. If you've been around the channel a long time, you know Imperial Theater is like home to us. It's home to us. So yeah, definitely not a Quest on that one.
Very, very easy to head back to the Imperial. Okay, so quick thoughts on the show. So here's the thing. This was a spectacle. Like I mean, what we got to witness was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. From the acrobats, the aerial artists, the animal, the puppetry that was on stage. I was a huge fan of the book, and actually feel like it's one of the better adaptations from book to movie. And I also agree that it lends itself perfectly to theater. We sat in the front row of the Mez, which was perfect. We met some lovely ladies at breakfast the day before that were so excited for us to see it from those seats, and now I know why. Hi ladies, welcome to the squad.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was phenomenal. I mean, just loved it. Music, not memorable.
Yeah, you know, I have to agree with that.
Yeah, and I actually I didn't really care for the main song "Wild." I didn't care for it. So
yeah, that wasn't the strongest part of the show at all. I mean,
no.
Again, you know, the artistry that we got to witness there live on a Broadway stage like that, I really think took the focus of the show. The music, to me, I agree with you, was not as strong, but still. I still would say go see the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you have a family, that's a great show to go see with the family, multi-generational. It's just, I just think it would be great.
The cast was super strong, and like,
they were.
The sense of like that tour family was clear.
Yeah, it definitely felt felt like a family. I also really loved, my father's a train enthusiast, and I loved the way that they did the train. I was worried and wondered how they were going to do it, and I thought that they pulled that off perfectly.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
yeah. All right, so Jen, repeat attend or not?
Sadly, I'm saying no.
Yeah, I'm going to say no too, you know?
Okay.
Again,
Yeah.
really loved it. Would
Yeah.
also recommend it,
Yeah.
but do I need to see it again? Probably
No,
not.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Saturday night on Broadway. Yeah.
My
Went
fave.
to Spamalot.
Yes.
We're so lucky that we had these tickets the night before it closed.
100%.
Oh my goodness.
100%.
Wow.
So Jenny, question for you. Is this a Quest for 41?
Why, Sarah, it is.
Yes, it is!
Sarah's gone several times to this theater.
Yes.
I have not. So yay, another check.
So it kind of evens us out,
It
guys.
does. Yes, we are even, Steven. I
Yes.
love it. I love
Absolutely.
it. Yeah, so St. James for Jen.
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
Spamalot. Okay, squad. This is an all-star cast, okay? Just very quickly, JMI, Chris Fitzgerald, Alex Brightman, Leslie Kreitzer, Ethan Slater, Nick Walker, and more and more and more, okay?
I mean,
Yeah, it was kind of like, I mean, they were having too much fun up there.
Yeah, it looked like yearbook class, right? Like
Yeah, like
whatever, you know what
like
I mean?
they just simply
they're
were
just like
having a blast.
yes, like to get paid to work with your best friends.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like to me.
Honestly. And
Yeah.
then, you know, getting to watch them sort of break on stage while watching their castmates sort of kill it was just an added treat. I mean, this was another embarrassment of
Yeah.
riches of cast that we got to see.
So all you hardcore Spamalot fans, let us know. Was it normal that Leslie broke them like through her entire diva song?
Yeah.
Because the entire she did stuff that I'm guessing was brand new because JMI could barely hold it together. Nick Walker was losing his mind. They all. So I'm curious. Comment below if this is normal because we didn't think it was.
No,
So,
no. I feel like she's getting them
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah. I loved it. I loved the whole the jokes to it, the Monty Python part of it. I thought it was really, really fun.
Yep.
The audience, you could tell there was some veteran fans in
Diehards,
the audience. So just a great night on Broadway.
You also love the sets too, like the use of the screens,
I did.
right?
Yeah, because I've seen Spamalot before, and I thought that the way they brought that in, and then at the end when they had the Grail going above, and just all of it, the way they used the screens throughout the whole entire show, I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah,
I
and again,
really did.
we were lucky enough to see the night before closing, so I can only imagine what closing night
I bet.
was gonna
I
be
bet.
like,
I
right?
bet. I'm curious. If you were there, comment below. Let us know. I'm so curious. Was it a 3-hour tour? I'm curious.
Right?
You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Jen, repeat attend or not?
Yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I'm
what
gonna
about
say
you?
no. I think
Yeah?
this is sort of like a perfect time with the perfect cast, and like I saw it on Broadway, and I just don't know.
We've peaked.
Yeah, we've peaked on the Spamalot,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
but again, I'm sorry it's closed by the time this video's coming out, so you missed it. But like, it really was a fun night.
So fun.
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon was The Notebook at the Gerald Schoenfeld. And this was not a Quest for 41. We've seen shows before.
Absolutely. So we're going to dive into this show. So this was quite an emotional journey.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say, you know, I think it can resonate with such a wide range of audience members.
Absolutely.
Right? Because it speaks to and deals with a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's generational. I mean, you have the young couple, young Allie and Noah, then you have middle Allie and Noah, and then you have older Allie and Noah. And I'm familiar with the book. I love the movie, and I loved the Broadway show.
Yeah.
I thought the set, from the moment we walked in the theater, I remember leaning over to you and going, what's that noise? Like, what's that ticking sound? And then it dawned on me, or actually I said, is that part of the stage? And you said, no, that's coming through the speakers.
That was the speaker, coming out of the speaker,
It was the tick tock, and already time is ticking. Like, it resonated. And then the very first song, and we're talking Ingrid Michaelson.
Yeah.
I mean, just the music was brilliant.
Yeah,
It was brilliant.
And it really, it's a journey of a show.
Yeah.
I will say that. I have to say, you know, the cast was very strong across the board.
Absolutely.
But specifically, Marianne Plunkett as older Allie sort of took my breath away at moments of the show.
Audible breath away.
Yeah.
And not just by us, by majority of the, like everyone around
Yes.
us, even the gentleman in front of us was crying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remembered even hearing, make sure you have tissue or whatever. And I was like, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. No, the first song I got a little teary eyed. And by like the third song, I was already a wreck.
Yeah. I'm going to say it. If she needs a Tony nom.
Absolutely.
And,
absolutely.
there'll be a too broad riot if she doesn't get it.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
That was a really, really incredible performance.
It was if you've experienced anything, if you have a heart, if you have a soul, if you love your family, even if you don't love your family,
I mean,
there's something there.
Yeah, I'll just say her portrayal as someone living with dementia was breathtaking.
Right.
So I can't wait to see her get her flowers for that. I'll be cheering along.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, just to touch on the set, I thought the set was spectacular. The fact that we had this beautiful pond in the front with the water, the reflection from the lighting was just magical.
Yeah.
The way that they went from hospital with that horrible stellar or sterile lighting to then turn those into like what could be, fireflies or just magic. It was just beautiful. And then to see these young actors, just babies with the fresh, tight skin, right? They don't even know. Just to see that and the way that the choreography, they interweaved with each other. It was just, I'm getting goosebumps again. It was just beautiful.
Yeah, and really the chemistry between all of the couples was just very, very apparent and clear and beautiful.
Yeah. I haven't had a feeling like that where I was literally like, like that in a long time.
Very moved.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jen, repeat attend or not?
Yeah. I absolutely would.
Agreed. Yeah.
Now,
this one's for sure.
when we talked about this before, I remember us both, like, I think you were on the fence.
I was.
We do talk about if we would repeat attend, but we don't commit until we're here in the booth, like talking about it. But I remember us talking about it, and you were like, I don't know, it's like situational, right? And I get that, but I still, if somebody was to say, hey, let's go see it, I would absolutely go.
Yeah, I agree.
The good outweighed the heartbreak so much.
Yeah, I felt a lot of feelings. Let's just say that. And so, maybe just be prepared for that. Like it's very cathartic at moments. And this is one of the reasons why I go to theater.
Yes.
And this was one of those shows that really resonated with me. So yeah,
Absolutely.
repeat attend. Hell yeah.
100%. Hello. Yeah, our next show is Book of Mormon, and we get to check another quest for 41.
Yes, we do.
We finally saw something at the Eugene O'Neill, so yay!
Absolutely, and we have to tell them where we sat because we did not have this show.
Thank you. So we ended up on SeatGeek, which I'm not a huge fan of the site, but I'm getting better at it. But we ended up finding 3 box seats, and we're able to sit up there and just have one hell of a time. The reason why we had 3 seats is because...
So, quick backstory. So, Book of Mormon, I think it's special to us for so many reasons. One of the reasons is that it was actually sort of the first show, this is well before the Broads were born, that we were like repeat attending. We would take a road trip to go see it when it was touring around us, that sort of thing. Right. Then we had this magical moment where we met this gentleman by the name of Christopher, when we pulled in to, in Costa
Mesa, California.
We rolled down the window and then you said...
Hello. Because I saw he was wearing a Book of Mormon hoodie, and so I thought either he's a fan, a super fan, didn't even really, think, or he's an actor, right? But I said that, and he just looked like, oh, good Lord, right? And I was like, oh, he's not interested, right? So I rolled out the window. But then a little bit later, we were sitting out there waiting before the show. He went for his call, walked by, and he said, hi, ladies. And then we said hello. And then he walked across, and then what did he do?
Well, then he kind of hollered back at your bras, and he said, hey, what are you guys doing later? And we were like, this is it. And he said, well, come over after the show and I'll take you on a tour backstage. And the rest is history. 8 years later, we're still quite close. As a matter of fact,
this is the
if you've been with us for a while and you hear our jingle at the beginning of all of our videos, well, that is Mr. Chris of Faison that's actually singing that for us. So he's just very special to us, and to get to not only check the Quest for 41, but to get to see that particular show, because that's the show.
With him. And then for him to be able to go and see it with cast members that he was on the national tour with that are now playing Elder Price and the other characters. So it was just, full circle moment.
Beautiful
lovely moment. And then to find out it was 8 years ago, the same week that we met him, that we're seeing this with him. So, So anyway, about the show.
Well, I mean, we had a wonderful time. We've
had
seen
a
the
great
show
time.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I guess, I mean, we have to ask this question, but clearly, Jen, repeat attend or not?
Absolutely. Yeah. Before we even knew before we even put that together as repeat attenders, we were repeat attending that show.
Yeah.
So, and just to give a nod to the cast, I mean, the changes that they've made for Book of Mormon were really well done. We had a great time. The cast killed it. The set was really cool to see a Broadway production of the show.
Yeah.
Loved it. So, yeah. So that was our Sunday night on Broadway. And our last show of our Broadway binge goes to Cabaret at the Kit Kat Club at the August Wilson Theater.
Yes.
Which it's not a Quest for 41 because we have seen shows here before.
Yes, and actually, Squad, to be completely transparent with you, we are recording this before seeing the show.
Yeah.
And depending on how much fun your broads have at the Kit Kat Club at the August Wilson, there may or may not be some footage that we're going to insert here on our thoughts on the show.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, we said we would get you from outside the theater. So, as you know, Quest for 41, this is not a Quest for 41. We've seen shows at the August Wilson before, but the Kit Kat Club, wow, what an experience.
Yes, like sensory overload.
Absolutely. I mean, from the moment that you walk in, I will say we were in Orchestra West. I wouldn't sit there.
No, I wouldn't recommend that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. In fact, I kind of wish that we would have got mez seats, but we were lucky to be in the building. So, So, and then let's see, what else do we have as far as notes? So, highlight of the show.
I loved the pre-show and the prologue and all of that, just sort of to get you into the mood of being at the Kit Kat Club. I think that was imperative and it worked for the show.
Yeah. Mine, for me, it was Eddie. It was Eddie. I literally saw the show for Eddie, and he did not disappoint. He was fantastic. The cast was amazing. Like you said, the costumes, the set, the whole experience was fantastic.
Yeah, it's an experience.
Yeah, it is definitely an experience. If you can get to the Kit Kat Club, I highly recommend it.
Absolutely.
Okay, but here's the big question.
Yeah.
Would you repeat attend it?
I'm going to say no.
And so am I.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I loved it. I'm glad that I got to see it. But, But I do see some Tony nods coming. I do.
Definitely.
Yeah. So hope you guys check it out. Okay. Bye.
All right, Squad. That wraps up our Broadway binge recap. So stick around to the end because we are going to let you know what our list is from bust to best.
It's giveaway time! Giveaway time! Are you ready? As we said, we will be giving away our signed by the original Broadway cast, The Outsiders, as well as a program pocket.
That's right. All the rules for the giveaway are listed in the description box below. And to enter into the giveaway, please fill in the following sentence in the comments below.
If I could have any original Broadway cast signed playbill, it would be...
Thank you so much for joining us, Squad.
And we'll see you on the other side.
Curtain. We're going to count off?
Yep.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's pretty close.
Oh, that was a fun video.
What'd you think?
I loved it.
I had a great time. What did you guys think?
Yeah, did you guys love it? Did you love it? Huh? Well, if you did, guess what you should do?
You should definitely like it.
And you should subscribe and hit that bell notification so that you know every time that your broads drop content.
Yay!
We'll see you on the other side. Bye.
Bye.
Your fairy god broads, hey.